Okay.
Can I start, Usha?
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, Kamini, we can start.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wishing you all a very good day. We have organized this webinar in view of the Indian Air Force Day. The Indian Air Force Day is celebrated on 8th October every year to mark the foundation of the Indian Air Force in 1932. This day honors the bravery, service, and achievements of IAF personnel in protecting India's airspace and ensuring national security. This day honors the bravery, service, and achievements of IAF personnel in protecting India's airspace and ensuring national security. The official theme of Indian Air Force Day 2025 is Bharatiya Vayu Sena. Please correct me if my pronunciation is wrong, okay? Bharatiya Vayu Sena Saksham Sakshat Atma Nirbhar, which translates into Indian Air Force capable, powerful, and self-reliant. This theme highlights the force's current focus on enhancing its capabilities, strengthening its position, and achieving self-sufficiency in its operation and development. In 2024, women constituted about 13.4% of the Indian Air Force, 6.85% of the Army, and 6% of the Navy, with the Air Force having the highest representation among the three services. These percentages represent a growing trend in the inclusion of women, including combat roles in the Army and full branch access in the Air Force. Now, today we have Squadron leader Sushmita Sahay. She's going to talk about serving the nation as an officer in the Indian Air Force. India, as you all know, is a land of rich traditions and diverse cultures, has long been bound by rigid gender roles and stereotypes. For centuries, these societal norms have shaped the lives of individuals, restricting their choices and limiting their potential. In Indian society, gender roles have historically been deeply entrenched, with men and women assigned specific roles and responsibilities. Men have typically been expected to be breadwinners, decision makers, and protectors of the family, while women have been confined to the role of caregivers, homemakers, and obedient wives. These stereotypes have been perpetuated through various cultural norms, religious beliefs, and societal expectations. Such gender-based issues in India have resulted in a multitude of challenges for both men and women. Women have often been faced limited access to education, restricted career opportunities, and societal pressure to conform to traditional roles. On the other hand, men have been often struggled with emotional repression and expectations which display patience and dominance. Despite numerous historical, cultural, and societal barriers for women in India, in recent years, there has been a growing movement towards breaking these stereotypes and shattering gender roles in Indian society. Women are increasingly pursuing challenging and unconventional paths in fields traditionally dominated by men. In India, women are increasingly taking on challenging paths and defying traditional gender norms in various fields, from aviation and business to sports and social work. While societal and systematic barriers persist, their stories demonstrate remarkable resilience, vision, and determination. Not a woman's job. The society does not accept this. These are just a few of the things women hear when they try to break free from stereotypes and achieve something new. But happily, there are many women who chose not to listen to the critics and move forward, shattering stereotypes and reaching new heights in the pursuit of achieving their own goals. And these women are often the first to achieve something, overcome societal norms, or challenge the status quo to achieve success, navigate challenges, and paving the way for future generations. One such example is the speaker for today, Sushmita Sahay, who has defied limitations and proved that gender is not a barrier to success, thus shattering old norms. So she is Squadron leader, Sushmita Sahay. We are planning to start a new series Achievers and Trailblazers, Women Taking Challenging Career Paths. So maybe, Sushmita is the first person to address us under this title. So welcome you, Sushmita. Let me tell you a little bit about Sushmita. Very interesting. She has a remarkable biodata. Squadron leader Sushmita Sahay, now she is retired, joined Indian Air Force in 1997 and got commissioned by President of India in 1998 as a gazetted Class 1 officer of the Indian Air Force in the administrative block. The schooling, she did her school, finished her school from St. Joseph's Convent, Patna, which is one of the oldest missionary schools of India, established in 1853. And she joined Patna Women's College in the science stream. She secured all India position in the national entrance and went on to complete a post-graduation from Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. It attributes her inspiration to become part of the force to IPS Kiran Bedi and fictional IPS Kavita in the serial Udan. She wanted to be in uniform and serve the nation. While in JNU, she was about to embark on civil service preparations. And then IAF opened the doors to women in the ground duties branch. She appeared at a vigorous, challenging 3-tier selection process with an all-India entrance test followed by the most dreaded SSB and cleared it. She underwent a tough 1-year training with male counterparts and a few lady cadets like her at the Air Force Academy, Hyderabad. Her first posting was in Udhampur in Jammu and Kashmir in 1998. And while in Jammu and Kashmir, Kargil operations of 1999 took place, and she played the role of an active combatant, having close calls with intruders and terrorists. She has service medals as testimony to the service. She served in Jammu and Kashmir till 2000. The second posting was to Air Force Station Sulu, as senior administrative officer. Operation Parakram took place, and she took part in the mobilization. And the third was to Air Force Station Mumbai. This was an eventful tenure of 3 years when Mumbai was ravaged by a serial train bomb blast of 2006. And the fourth and the final posting to Command Hospital, Bangalore, 2006. This was the last one, as women officers till then had a short service engagement, maximum up to 14 years with extension. She chose to forego the final extension of the last 2 years. And so she got selected for an executive MBA from IIM Bangalore. And she started a second innings as operations support head for Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh with Ericsson, followed by senior project manager with Infosys. So currently she works with CSR verticals of Infosys. She is involved with a team of mentors in Dubai and conducts public speaking classes for children, ladies, and professionals in Nigeria and Dubai. Her interests and engagements. Her interests are part of the Toastmasters. Toastmasters is a non-profit educational organization which builds confidence and teaches public speaking skills worldwide. She's also engaged. She's also engaged in Toastmasters Infosys Bangalore. She has her own blog. She has conducted spoken English training for corporates at IB Language Center Trivandrum and works with Infosys CSR team for imparting free education in 17 states in India. And she's conducted several public speaking workshops for mentors UAE and Indorama, Nigeria to date. And the most surprising thing is, she'll be talking more about this to us. Most interesting. She has participated in the world famous KBC, Kaun, Banega, Crorepati. as the opening contestant of season 15, episode 1. And she will tell you more about it. And she has won a very attractive prize also. And she still hasn't spent that money. And she will tell you what she's going to spend it for. So, yeah. She has also done a course in disaster management in IGNO and a diploma in human resource management from NMIMS Mumbai. So we are very happy to have you, Sushmita ji, and so warmly welcome you. I also welcome all the other members of AIWC who are present here. Thank you. Over to you, Sushmita ji. Thank you. You can start.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, Dr. Kamini ma'am, for such a beautiful sound profile of mine. In fact, if my husband or someone from the family was to hear this, they would wonder if you're talking about somebody else. So, but once you hang around the house for a long time, these things sound very good when they are told back to you. So, thank you once again for having me here. It's really an honor to be talking. I mean, having been invited in itself is a big honor, but getting an opportunity to talk to all of you, that's really making me a little nervous, because you people are all luminaries of your own field and principals and senior people, and I hope I don't go wrong with either my diction, my talk, and the content. So because Dr. Kamini had invited me for this, I really need to thank her, because she gave me this opportunity. And as she mentioned, this is a bastion generally, not say ruled, but probably held on for a very strong reason by men. And men have held on because men have been the protectors always. And a woman wanting to get into it was always felt as an unnecessary thing more than a dare, because you are someone meant to be a provider at home, a mother of the house, a caregiver at home. Going for jobs which suit your persona is generally what is understood all over. And that's how we have all been brought up. But probably with me, it was not supposed to be like that, probably because I was an only child of my parents. And as I grew up, those thoughts started shaping up, that because I was from a place, a province, Bihar, which is very, very, very conservative in thoughts, especially where women's education is concerned. Women are educated, were educated, can't say are, were educated to the purpose of readying them up or dolling them up for being a good bride, especially even in educated and well settled families who were from good homes. There is no need for the woman to provide for the house, was generally the prevalent thought. And with that thought, probably my parents, not being away from the general crowd, also brought me up thinking that I would be one who would go to a good school, good college, be ready with a good graduation marks, and then probably work, not work, get her married off. She's an only child. Let her settle into a good family. But somehow in the late 80s, I think it was in the late 80s, 87, 88, 89, that Kiran Bedi, the first IPS, woman IPS officer of India, she started showing like all over in the newspapers. Those days, television was not such a big thing for us, because we used to get only the news in the evening on DD. But she was all over, and we were like really all spellbound whenever we heard of Mrs. Kiran Bedi, now Dr. Kiran Bedi, doing all that she could to keep and uphold the law in Delhi. She was then the commissioner of Delhi, and she was like, she had names Crane Bedi and whatnot. But that was kind of somehow making an inroad into me, that I want to be someone like her, someone to be reckoned with, someone who could make a difference. And with that thought, and I think to top it, that very time something came on Doordarshan, a serial called Udan, and that Udan had a lady IPS officer, uh, Dr. Kalyani Singh. She was the IPS officer who really, like, because it was a romanticized serial, we being young, it really had an impression on my mind that being in uniform was a thing to be. And since armed forces was nowhere there, because it was, women had still not started entering the armed forces, so this thought was never there for me initially, that I would be getting into the defense forces. The thought was there that I would want to go into the IPS. And with that, of course, my journey began. I did my plus two, then went on to college, then went on to JNU. And while in JNU, we were a big group of people who would want to, like, study together and make it to the civil services. So we started studying and all that. But one day, like, the eyes fell on to an advertisement for inviting ladies to the Indian Air Force. And the thing said that there are openings, and the government has given the decision to let in ladies who can be taken into ground duties. I was not the first course, because I was seeing that advertisement then. Probably it was not known to me. I was seeing it that late. Media not being there, and social media not at all being there, internet not being there, whatever came through the newspapers was all that we knew. So I was like, uh, it just hit me that this is an opportunity. Why wait till the end? Let me apply. And I applied, and they first told me, they gave me a full thing that I have to appear at a national entrance test, followed by the certain tests. And then I wouldn't bore you with all the details, but and that is how it happened. I wrote the test, cleared it. Then they called me to Dehradun for the second and the third stage, where subsequently, after doing the second stage, I cleared the third stage and got selected. And before I embark on the remaining part of the stories, let me just show you my life in pictures so that it doesn't sound very boring. I will continue to talk, and if there is some doubt, probably you can recall the picture.
Yeah.
So let me just show you. It is just a small little deck of pictures of 40 slides, and it covers me in Air Force. If I'm just going to share my screen, kindly let me know if you can see
Yeah.
it. Can you see it? Is it visible?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, this is first time I'm preparing something like this for myself. I'm a little embarrassed. Kindly bear with me, because talking about self is a little embarrassing. But here it is. This is just a short little thing. Quickly, I'll take you through this. This is just a few selected moments which could be captured in phone. Those days, the phones were not there. The cameras, wherever there were opportunities, those pictures came to me, so they are there with me. And this is how it all started. I had just finished my MA, and I was in my MPhil. I had joined my MPhil and preparing for civil services exams. By chance, saw the newspaper advertisement, wrote the All India entrance, cleared, and got a call for stage 2 tests. And this is my arrival at the Dehradun railway station in January of 1997 for SSB. We have a picture of this. That is, shall I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. This is how we were allotted chest numbers. When these are the fellow mates who had come for, we were divided into different batches. So in my batch, we were so many people for the tests. So I was chest number 34, and
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here.
Third person.
Here.
Yeah.
You can see it. And I'm here.
Oh.
And Then the battery of tests for 3 days. That was stage 2 was psychological test, cleared and proceeded to stage 3. Then it was the stage 3 was physical, mental, and psychological with group tests and interviews. Cleared that. We were 12 girls who were selected out of the final 96 girls. And this is my journey back after being selected. So there was a picture of this also, so I could share it with you. And this is in the academy, the different stages. As a cadet, this was my room, and this is in the balcony of my room, and these were my flank mates, the other 2 officers who were training with me. And this is the tough days. We were men and women training together. If you can spot me, I'm here. Here, and I'm here with the command. This was the commandant of the academy. So he and his wife came to our bonfire party at the end. We used to have a bonfire at the end of our camp days. So after the camp days, I'm here, and here I am in the last photo. And this is at the academy. These are all very old pictures, 1997 pictures. So you can understand the quality is very yellow. So this was at the academy. I was at the Department of Administration. I did my on-job training at Halwara in Punjab with the MiGs. So I was not flying the MiGs, but since we were part of the mobilization team, I had to be around the aircraft to know its wherewithals. And this is just before my commissioning. I'm here in this corner. If you can see me, I'm here. So, and this was the commissioning dinner with the commandant. That's my parents with me, and the commandant and his wife. And this was our passing out parade with the then President of India taking the salute. And this was my team, the girls who got commissioned finally. This was the commissioning day. That's my parents with me, and this is with Prithvi at the back. And this is the President's Commission. Kamini ma'am, you had been asking me, see, this is how the President's Commission is given.
Okay.
So
Certificate. Yeah?
Yes, it's because the President gives it. So you have to, like, this is what makes me a commissioned officer of the Indian Air Force. And this was my office in J&K. This picture is from 1998. So a very young officer who hardly knew the people, the place, but got posted there. These are my seniors' wives who celebrated my birthday. I just wanted to share because they took me under their wings like a daughter. So I had to, whenever I think of these people also. This is Mrs. Narayana Menon and this is Mrs. KJ Singh. So they were my boss's wives, and they were very, very particular that I'm looked after properly. So, and this is with my friends and colleagues. If you see this picture, the top one, this is me. This is my husband who is in overalls, the blue overalls. And the lady next to me is Gunjan Saxena. The movie was made on her, if you remember.
Yes.
There was a movie made by Karan Johar. I don't know if you are aware of that movie, but
Yes.
Yeah, she was my roommate as well. And this is our team again on a different date. So, and this is Flight Lieutenant Gunjan and our other colleagues. She was my roommate for 3 years. So I've just shared the pictures. And this is my life partner, Squadron Leader Ranjit Nair. This is him in Kargil. This is he again, and this is him again with the Kargil Condors. And this is the two of us, Squadron Leader Ranjit Nair and Sushmita. And this is our first married accommodation. After our marriage, we were given a 2-room set. So this was ours. You can see the printed curtain. Those days we used to get these Chinese curtains. So it's it's a very bright curtain. It's almost killing us, but that is what we could have it then. So, and this painting has been done by me in this picture.
Oh.
And this is at Air Force Station Sulur, that is near Coimbatore. And this was at the range. This is the firing range, and I'm with this 10 MC, this 10 machine gun. And this is at Air Force Station Mumbai, at my office in Air Force Station Mumbai. Those days we could only pose and take one fixed picture. So I have one odd picture from here and there. This is at commander's course for which I was selected. This is the total team of the selected officers. We had a tour of Bhutan. So we went there. This is from the Bhutan trip, and that's me. This is at Command Hospital, Bangalore. I was taking over from an army officer. So because Command Hospital was a tri-services, so we had some army officers also. So this is at the Air Force School, Bangalore. So we had a small little school also inside. So I just wanted to share this with you. This dress is called the combat dress. So this was a newly inducted dress in 2008. So I got to wear this dress as well. So I wanted to show you this. And this was when I was in the family way. So we had to wear the sari. And my baby is in my tummy here. And this was at the office. And this is the apple of my eye. And this is at Command Hospital, Bangalore, where I was posted as well. And these are my final days of my last tenure, if you can see it, with my staff. This is with my 2 IC and my assistant at my office. And these were the newspaper clippings that I had with me. I just wanted to share with you some newspaper clippings about my thing, and something of those days, something covered on me. And there was a talk for women in the armed forces. I was also a speaker then. So I had this. And then there was a function to celebrate some women extra. I had this invitation with me, so I shared with you. And this was my spotlight moment on national television with Amitabh Bachchan for KBC. I was the first contestant for season 15. In fact, if you see the first episode, the whole episode is he has played with me. I went back with 12 lakhs 50,000. And this is the last Air Force Day this year that we had at Southern Air Command. That's me and my husband. And these are my colleagues who continue to serve. So they are now there, so we could take pictures with them. And with this, I just want to close it with my life as a veteran now. I have immense recognition at workplace. I'm treated with a lot of regard. My approach is highly appreciated because I'm very people oriented, and I keep method with me, but I let method come in later. Because method is too technical, whereas people don't work by the standards. People have their own will and mind. So I'm appreciated for that. And I have immense pride in the younger generation of soldiers. When I come across lady officers now, it's like I feel as though they are my babies. And I feel very happy when I see them and I talk to them. And that is all that I had to share with you. Thank you so much. And that was my life in.
Sushmita ji, can you just talk about your experience as an Air Force officer with regard to enemies or any danger or anything like that?
Yes. Actually, why am I? Just a minute. So that was, I just wanted to cover this so that when I talk, you don't feel that disjointed feeling, because I'm not doing talking as well as showing together. So, and because Kamini ma'am had told me to give us something to see. So I had to really go through my albums and take pictures and then put it in a PPT. So when I was posted to Udhampur, see, these were the days when there was no internet. Telephones were those STD booths where we used to line up to talk at 1/4 the rate past 11 o'clock in the night. None of us were allowed telephones in our houses due to security purposes. And we were in a place, when I was posted to J&K, we used to get postal letters. The letters used to come once a week through a post bag number. Our addresses were not known. So the parents also wrote to a particular post bag. And our letters were brought in and given to us, and we wouldn't read it together. We would keep it so that we could read it one after the other. And when I got posted to Air Force Station Udhampur, the government had opened it for women, but the station was not ready for women because there was no loo for me.
Oh.
So I had a big office, but no loo. So initial days, I had to drive 3 kilometers up the hill to reach my quarters if there was a nature's call. But it became such a big problem. At times, there was no time, and it used to be cold all the time in Kashmir. So I used to tell my peon to stand outside the loo, and men toilets have that swing doors, not even the latchable doors. So with those swing doors, I had one fellow standing outside while I went inside. So another 3 to 4 months, then the loo work was taken on for a special toilet made for me. So that is how. And then I had to take charge of parades, where 800 men had to order my command on parade. That was difficult for a male sensibility, because here I am, madam, marching in and coming and standing in the center of the parade square and then telling parades Savdhan. And do they want to obey me? Was the first question, especially the old guys, old uncle kind of about to retire people, no? ये छोटी सी हमको क्या सिखाएगी type. That attitude is there. So it became really difficult initial days. It was not always that glossy, filmy. Nothing was glossy, nothing was filmy. And 98 I got posted in, and 99 May, the occupation, that illegal occupation happened in Kargil, and mobilization started. The stories took place in between, but here the mobilization started, and we have to, as Fauji's, we had to do PADGD, passive air defense and ground defense. For that, you had to immediately take on your guns and go on duty. There is no break announced. You manage. You are on duty 24/7. Woman, so what? Put on your overalls, go. Now, first thing I think about is, now, because all of you are women, where do I go and change my napkin? Because I had my periods. Where do I go? Now, my toilet is in my office. My duty is not in my office. My duty place is somewhere else. Here I am stuck with some 5 men with my gun in my overalls, thinking that any time now some sniper, something is going to drop on my head. And then they also gave call signs to us. Like, I had a call sign. So we were not even talking normally. We were talking through call signs on walkie-talkie. Those days were walkie-talkies. And I was sitting in a bunker with my men, 5 of us. Here I am, only praying that no leakage takes place. That is the first thought. Because now embarrassment is also included. I am just mobilized without any preparation. And we were in a bowl kind of setting. Our runway was in a bowl, because runway needed a flat land. And we had this these Pir Panjal ranges all around. So these terrorists had a proper view of our runway. So when we changed the frequencies, sometimes they would talk about us. They would say that we have seen this aircraft right now stopping. We can see, and they knew my call sign. So sometimes they would talk all nonsense about me. I can't narrate everything, but they used to use my call sign, say that they will abduct me, they will take me, they will kill me, all kinds of things they would say, because that was the thing that gave them the thrill of having troubled us. And we were in the meantime also combing the hills at that time. because the operations were on. This went on for some time, and suddenly one night we had a total blackout. We thought it was our exercise, but they had actually bombed our transformer. So they had actually finished our electricity supply in Kashmir, and we thought we were doing a blackout practice, which we used to do at night, evening 7, 8 o'clock. Sometimes there would be no information and there would be a blackout practice where we had to shut all lights. If we needed something, a small little candle had to be burnt with a thali in front with no glow going, and we had to put it under the bed and then look for our things. No torchlight allowed, nothing, because torchlight beam can be detected. All those things, I mean, a lot of things are very sensitive to be shared, but because after Kargil, the country has seen so much. You have recently seen Op Sindoor, and I'm an old timer from the days when there was no internet. So now we can see it from our drawing rooms and feel maha thrilled about it. But those days, living it was really difficult. It was difficult, especially for my parents. When I got posted there, that itself had like heckled my father quite a bit. He was not happy with the thought, because he suddenly found that there were no ladies there. And I'm bang in the center of a big place with some 15, 1600 men, and my daughter alone. My father came along with me to drop me, and he was not at all confident of leaving me and going. He said, "No, this is not done." But then, as I told you, some bosses who were really senior bosses, the air marshal, he convinced my father that she is not the only one. There is a couple of more. They are out on duty, and you don't have to worry. We are a whole pack of soldiers. We'll look after her. You don't have to worry about it. But that was then, and life was really nice, disciplined, with such things happening all the while. When a friend of mine took off in the morning, and his MiG was hit by a missile, and he fell into the hills right across. And I was made in charge of the search and rescue team, where I had to go and pick up his remains from the fields of my friend. And I collected him from a cornfield, 16 pieces of my friend, and put him in a bag and brought him back. And it was middle of the night when we could retrieve all what could, including the black box of the aircraft. And we could come back, and we could carry on his funeral and everything. Such thoughts, it's a long gone times. When I recall, a lot of things just slip by. Like, there was a time when Bombay was ravaged by the bomb blasts. I told you about it. The train blasts took place, and we had to really be very cautious, because I had just got posted from J&K, and my car registration was J&K. So people said I should not take out my car out, because it can also, someone can put the bomb there and then use it as a dummy thing for putting the bomb in a public place. So keep your car inside. No, don't take out your car. I had a scooter. Don't take out the scooter. And then one fine day, I was called to the office. They told me, come immediately. You have to do a frisking of an intruder. And I was like, there was a lady who was caught, and she was in her cloak. And they said, we cannot touch her, so you have to frisk her. Because till the time she was caught, she was behaving all right. But the moment she was caught, she started behaving like a imbecile. She started behaving like a pagal. And that was the way they operated, so that you don't catch them, actually. And she could be a fidain, she could be wearing it, but they told me, you have to come and frisk her. So I went, and then I made her stand. Then she would not stand straight. Then I had to do a proper frisking of her body. All the while I was just praying to God that if I have to go, let it be. That is my last bit, because my husband was not there with me. I had no, but baby was not born. I was an only one there. I said, chalo, whatever happens, if I have to go tonight, I'll go. That's not a thing, but let me frisk her. So I frisked her. There was nothing much on her that day, thank God, but she was handed over to the people. And such things took place. Like if I go back to those days, we had because we were in the valley and we were very much close to the international border, lot of incursions took place. Lot of we never, because we were Air Force people, we never had a face to face combat. We cannot have, because we are the second line of defense. Army is the first line of defense. But we were combatants because we are commissioned to be combatants. We fire. We can fire. If it comes to me, I will fire. I was trained to fire and trained to protect. And that is how we operated. That's how intruders, when the terrorist called my call sign and said ki isko kal utha lenge, so my station commander's first fear was, don't send Sushmita out anywhere. Keep her inside. She will take three terrorists along with her otherwise. Because if they take me, they can have a barter. That's a bigger problem. That becomes a bigger problem for the country. एक तो लड़की भी गई और साथ में now leave 3 people or 4 people. They would ask like that. And so that was Kashmir. Then it was Bombay. Sulur of Parakram started. That time Parliament was bombed. So we had to start our mobilization, immediate mobilization. Overnight, everyone was traveling, and I was carrying that time, and I was in my 3rd month. And it was like, because I have been mobilized, even if something happens, let it be, let's go. There is nothing like maternity leave happening in the 3rd month, you all know it. So so let's go, let's do whatever. But then at the last moment it was called off. We were mobilized totally, but it was called off. The war didn't take place, though we brought down 2 aircrafts, both sides. We also lost 1 aircraft and they also lost 2. And this happened, came back. And then it was Bangalore. I was posted to Command Hospital, Bangalore. It was a different kind of a posting, because being from the administrative branch, I was posted as the administrative head of a hospital. Air Force has the largest hospital in Bangalore. It is 850 bedded hospital. And I was the head as an administrative head, where I was not a doctor, but I had to handle the doctors. It was a very good experience. I got a very good insight into a doctor's life. I had 136 doctors working there, and I could see all departments, all people. While being soldiers, the doctors worked, and it was a wonderful experience. That was my last posting, as I told you. And if I add stories to it, I have a lot of stories. If you start making me tell you stories, when I was new to the station, I was also very buoyant, because I was the only woman around, and people were really taking me on their hatheli. You understand that? Like, they used to really listen to me, and that high was there, and I was very happy about having made it to that place. And saluting was must. We had to salute our seniors, come what may. If you are sitting, you are eating, saluting is a must. So one fine day, I was driving my scooter, and I was going straight, and the chief operations officer of the station was driving past me. So when you drive the scooter, you don't have to leave your hand to salute. You have to do it's called baithe baithe savdhan. So you generally pump your chest up and you sit up while driving. So I did that, and I lost control of the scooter, and I fell into the next ditch. So the chief operations officer saw me in his rear view going into the ditch. So he reversed his gadi and he came back, lifted me up, and then he announced it in our next station parade that for then I was a flying officer. We had a hierarchy like that. You grow, you start with a flying officer, then you become a flight lieutenant, then you become a squadron leader. So I was a flying officer. So he made a joke of it, and he told, because flying officer Sushmita Sahay is new to the station, she doesn't know the roads here, she has a chance of falling into ditches. So saluting is excused for her. Please don't expect salutes from her. So he, in a very nice and a casual fashion, also excused and exempted me from my small little overlooks. In case I overlooked saluting someone, he had already given a cover that she can fall, she doesn't know places. So they were such sweet, small little incidents that I remember. Then I have my roommate Gunjan Saxena. She was a helicopter pilot, and she was senior to me. She was posted in Adampur and she came to Udhampur. So she became my roommate. So she was from the helicopter stream, I was from the ground duties, and we shared the room. And we were the two of us were a merry company. So we used to really paint the town red, because you would see us scootering around the city. The Udhampur town was a small town where we were recognized as two lady officers. People knew us in the town, that these two are the Air Force officers from the nearby station. And if at all we went to any shop, the shopkeepers wouldn't take money from us. So we avoided going shopping. We would give the list to others, because they wouldn't take money. If at all we wanted a small dupatta, a cream, a lotion, a pair of shoes, they wouldn't. And I'm telling you, it was all across the board, not an instance, but everyday affair. They wouldn't take money from us. There was a time when in the peak of Kargil, one day in the evening, we both wanted to eat something, uh, grilled chicken. So we said, let's go buy from this shop and come. And we'll just go in our civil dress. We'll not take off our helmets. They will not recognize us. We will go take it and come back. So we went, but the shopkeeper's assistant recognized us. Instead of giving us chicken, he put two chairs there and started taking group photograph with us. So it became even more embarrassing. We came for chicken and we're taking photographs on the road or by the roadside of the grilled chicken shack. But those were the times, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Internet just crept in 1999. We had a room where we had one small little box computer where we could go and check our emails, and we were all given our email ID. Photography was prohibited within the station, as you see in all defense. But these photos that you see are from parties or sometimes from some function. None of us had anything to take pictures with. So that's why I could not share much of it. And what else can I add? Please go ahead and ask me some questions, because if I go onto that stream of talking.
You can tell us something about your family?
My family.
Yes.
Starting with my father.
Yes. No.
Yes,
In the,
ma'am.
how did you manage education of your child and admissions, all that?
Oh, but that way I was lucky, ma'am, because because it's a ladies' forum, I'll uh, talk openly about it. I had an issue after 8 years of marriage. So I was at Command Hospital, Bangalore, when I had my child. And as you saw the pictures, I was carrying till my 9th month. There was no chutti for me. And because I was at the hospital, my boss said, no worries. You go into labor, we'll handle it. You continue. So there was nothing like, oh, sir, I can't come today or I can't take the parade. I was doing parade, PT, everything. Only thing I was not doing is running. And we had to run 5 kilometers in the morning and 5 kilometers in the evening. That run was not possible for me with my swollen bulk. But and my husband, I met him during my first posting in Udhampur, J&K. He was senior to me by 4 years. He was then a flight lieutenant, Ranjit Nair. He is from the helicopter stream, and we met. We found that we matched in lot of ideas and thoughts, and he went ahead. He told his parents. Amma Acha approached my parents. My father had lot of qualms because of being from Bihar and no one from my family having trodden this path. So my father was little worried. So he came on a inspection visit before he said yes. So he came on a secret trip to Kerala and he tried to find out about my in-laws and everything. He tried to do his homework before he could hand me over. But all in all, it was a wonderful wedding because everyone from Trivandrum traveled to my hometown, which is Purnia. They traveled there. The whole Bharat came from Trivandrum, and we had a North Indian and a South Indian wedding there itself. Uh, Marriage went on, then Amma stopped the thing, then we had the tali thing also in between, and then the marriage went on. Then we came here to Trivandrum and we had that registration as well as a reception here as well in Trivandrum. That was in 1999 November. And then my husband continued in the Air Force till 2004, and then he sidestepped into civil aviation. I continued longer in Air Force. I continued, and then because as Kamini ma'am read from my profile, uh, those days ladies, we were called initially when we were inducted, we were called lady officers. But later, because of this women empowerment thing coming in a strong way, we didn't want to be called lady officers. What's this lady officers? We are, if they are men, we are women. There is nothing lady thing in this. Then a lot of places, then you start causing the divide. If you are giving us guns, then let us behave like that. If you're giving me a gun, I know biologically I'm not same way made into a thing, and I am more of a susceptible target than a man. I can be abducted, I can be made into a prisoner of war easily. All these things are there with us. We are weaker in our predisposition. We are not weaker mentally, but because of our things happening to us at certain times, we may be at a place where we are not well equipped, but then things have happened properly. So those things, when lady officers thing became women officers, now we are all called women officers. The ladies now are no more ladies. There are only ladies who are the lady wives. So the Fauji officers' wives are called lady wives, and the officers are called women officers and the men officers. And so I continued for a longer time, and my tenure was supposed to be only, I mean, tenure meaning that engagement was up to max 14 years. So I completed my 12 years while I was in Bangalore. And another 2 years was not making any sense because Bangalore being an IT place and the place to evolve and get into your second innings, I thought it's better to leave here than go somewhere else and then not find a footing anywhere else again. So I did my IIM Bangalore. I made it to actually IIM Ahmedabad. So IIM Ahmedabad, I was selected for it, but they didn't have married quarters for me and my baby and a lady servant. So they wrote to me that if you can do your own arrangement, we will give you provisions that you can bring my baby. I was nursing my baby then. So we can make provisions for you to have a resting room in the class, somewhere near the class. So my husband and Amma and all, they said, it doesn't work. Why don't you write to them to shift you? So that's how I shifted from IIM Ahmedabad to Bangalore. And Bangalore worked well because I could go there and do my thing. And second innings started. And as I told you, people take me with a lot of regard, and I'm very thankful to God to have given me this opportunity to have served the nation. because it was supposed to be a tell-all kind of thing. So I have made it into a story kind of thing. I hope I'm pardoned for talking incessantly and boring you people for the last 30 minutes. Kindly forgive me for that. But if you have any more questions, please ask me.
Yeah, one more, Sushmita. If
Yes,
any
ma'am.
girl wants to get into the Air Force, what type of preparation would you advise them to take up?
Ma'am, these days, Air Force has opened women's entry in 8 fields. Earlier, it was not there. So, 8 fields. So, a lady who is doing her commerce also can join. A lady who is doing her arts also can join. Someone from the science stream can also join. But earlier in those days, it's only science stream that time. But now, because we have got departments of education, department of accounts, department of logistics, plus we have the engineering and the flying and the admin and the ground duties. So women can join after their graduation. Women can join after their graduation, but they have to be first class throughout. And there has to be a written test, which is the CDS now. These days it's called the CDS. You have to write the CDS, make it to the short list. Then there is a mandatory SSB, which is the Service Selection Board exam, which is given to different centers. Like for Air Force, we have in Mysore, we have in Banaras, we have in Dehradun. Like that, we have centers. For Army, we have different centers. For Navy, we have centers. So then you get selected and you go there. There you start with the first elimination after your written test takes place, where you are tested for your psychological build-up, where you can't prepare. There is no preparation for that. They ask you, they're shooting from their hip. They ask you questions which has got no format. So they see what is your mental make. So that test done, they immediately announce the results of who all have cleared the psychological test. And then the remaining lot who don't make it are sent back that very moment, while the rest continue for the third stage. And that is when you do the rest of the test which I wrote about. That is your you have your physical test takes place. Then you do your group test, which is about your mental and your physical stamina, where you do a lot of planning in the war field, in war situation. And then you have the final test, which is your group discussions and your interviews, where you talk on your general perceptions, your concepts, the general awareness that you have, and your way you can lead your people, because you are being selected for being an officer. So you have to lead the men. You have people below officers rank which will look up to you from your first day of commissioning. So what is there in you that will make them listen to you? That is what they, whatever is lacking, they train you in the next 1 year, but they try to take in maximum in the package. Whatever is available, their work remains little lesser on that. And that is how these days there are a lot of it. But the only uh, whatever the shortcoming in the whole thing is that women are being inducted on only short service now. Only short service as per the last year's orders. So we have had pockets of women going to court and fighting it out. Because in a way, I feel it's okay, because unlike the police forces or the administrative services of India or the other services, this is 24/7 in the field work, where you can't expect the glove treatment. And if you expect and you shed tears and you show your weaker side, you're not wanted, because you have gone there. They didn't ask for you. So the problem is, that's why if they have made it short service, in a way it's good, because they're giving you a chance to disalign and take up something which suits you. But there is an opportunity to go into permanent commission, which they do as deep selection, which they have kept it as a selective group, not all. So now it is just come in. It's come in since 2022 that they are going in for deep selection. As of now, those who went to court and those who fought after we have left, there is a batch of women who went to court, fought. They are now progressing into being senior officers. Medical services is different. You have women in the medical services who go on to become the topmost. There is no short service for medical services. So you will see ladies in uniform in the medical services, and they become air marshals. So, and that's a wonderful thing altogether. So that is, I think, in a gist, I think I've spoken a lot, ma'am. Anything else that I can?
It was wonderful presentation, all your experience and everything. It was really nice to hear. Is there
Thank
anything you want to ask her? Any questions, any doubts or any questions?
Kamini, can I?
Please.
Yes,
Ganesh.
Because I want to leave early, that's why. I've seen that movie, Gunjan, the Kargil girl, Gunjan Section. You were also there around that time with her?
Yes, she was my roommate. She was my roommate.
She was a roommate. So, was it? I don't remember, but I just wanted to show. Was in the movie also it was shown?
No,
Your
no.
role was not
No,
shown.
no, 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 no. She has, because the story was only about her, which has gone into a little controversy. I don't want to talk on that because Sri Vidya, who has contested it, I don't know whether you know her.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is
yeah.
another Flight Lieutenant Sri Vidya Rajan. She is from Kerala.
uh,
She is a friend of mine, Sri Vidya Rajan. I call her Sri Vidya ma'am. Sri Vidya and Gunjan were together
okay.
during that time, during this, which Gunjan claimed it as hers
Okay.
all alone. So it became a
Mhm.
controversial movie.
A bit. Okay, okay.
And she took the credit for that, which Sri Vidya has objected. They came on the national TV for that. There was a big argument for a very long time. It didn't settle
This
well.
is exactly what I didn't remember the name, but I knew that there was some this thing. So I wanted to know whether
Yes,
it
yes,
was
and
you
Sri
or
Vidya
your.
is right. That is
Yeah.
what it is. Sri Vidya is right because women never flew solo.
Okay.
So Gunjan having claimed that she was solo into it was wrong. So and two female pilots were never sent together. That was also wrong. So Gunjan went with another male pilot, and Sri Vidya went with another male pilot. But it was not Gunjan who was first. It was not Gunjan who was
Okay.
first.
Okay.
But she was my roommate, and Srividya ma'am continues. She lives in Ernakulam, and we are a part of a group. So
Okay.
it becomes difficult.
I remember also that about the Air Force station not being, ready for the women pilots to come in.
There was no
There was
changing room for her. There was no
yeah.
change. She came in much later, and there was no changing. They had to. In fact, what I know is that in their library, in Gunjan's office, in the library, they put three steel cupboards like that U shape against the wall, and made it into a changing cubicle. Because for flying, you had to put on the overalls and go. So
Correct.
she used to change there, and we used to have breakfast together, and she used to tell me, "Yahan kuch banwa do yaar." I don't have anything to change. So yes, those were the times. 97, 98, 99. 99 was Kargil, and 2000. Gunjan left service in 2000 because of certain issues. She quit early. And
You were same batch,
no,
or
no, no.
that's first. No.
She is my senior. In service,
Same.
she is senior. She came from Adampur on posting. Udhampur was Adampur is in Punjab, and
Okay.
Udhampur is J&K. She came from on posting from Adampur to Udhampur.
Okay. Thank you. I have to leave. That's why I was
Yes,
just.
yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you, Guneshwari. Any other question?
It was very nice to hear you.
Raji?
Very
In
nice.
fact, yes.
Yes, I just wanted to share my experience. When I was listening, it was such a thrilling things are going on. But it can be a in a very small drop in the ocean. I was having a training for the military school in Bhosla military school at the age of 14. And I was also having this aim to go for such things. But
Oh,
the
wow.
story was, in 1947. So, not 57, sorry, 57. So that time nothing was there, but still I could get the training for 21 days, and it was such a thrilling experience. And whatever you said, like that, when I came back to my home, it was a small town. So everybody from the house came to see me in my this dress and the cap and everything. I was so thrilled. So I was just remembering those
Must have
things.
been. It must have
And
been, ma'am.
yes,
Yes.
very much, very much. I enjoyed your talk and everything. And I was just having some in my body also. I'm getting something like that. I don't know what is going on. Thank you very much.
Oh, it was my pleasure, ma'am. It was my pleasure.
Anybody else? GB Choi, please unmute GB.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Very good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
I just want to give a big salute to you, ma'am.
Oh, you're so sweet of you, ma'am.
This is not a question because we feel all these things in our family life. Because your story says that women can definitely overcome obstacles. They can achieve their goals, and they can also become successful leaders in any field. So, very positive talk, ma'am, and you are a very happy person also. So, I just want to ask you, women always hesitate to take such great responsibility, maybe because of their family conflict, bringing up children, family demands, career responsibility, conflict a lot. I am not asking whether you face such conflict. Definitely, no relevance in that question. But what strategy you have used to manage all this, and how did you prioritize your tasks? I mean, demand from the career and responsibilities of home. So we are taking small responsibilities, but
Yes.
we are facing all this conflict in our daily life.
Oh, ma'am, it comes a galore. Like you wouldn't believe it. The conflicts start with the maid ringing up in my office. Sabzi kya banana hai? Now, showing the whole world I am a bloody squadron leader, doing all that in office. Sabzi kya banana is my point, not my husband. She will never ring him up. And these things are the first things. Those days gas cylinder nahi hai ghar mein, gas khatam ho gaya. These things started, and prioritizing, you said, ma'am, at times it happened that whether to continue being an officer first or be Mrs. Ranjit Nair, behave Mrs. Ranjit Nair, or behave as a fellow soldier with soldiers. I had those conflicts every point in time, ma'am. You asked a very valid question. I had it all the time, and I can't say everything was hunky dory at home. We had conflicts because of that, conflicts of interest, because my husband was from another unit, and I was from a unit. I was from the station. So I don't know, most of you would have some relative or the other in the defense forces. So you would know we have a different kind of a structure. So from where I was, I had a different point of view from what my husband was involved in. He would be out of town all the time. He would be doing detachments. My husband was in the Kargil. I was in Udhampur during Kargil operations. My husband, I have shown you his picture. He was stationed in Kargil. So he was speaking on and off from the Kargil base. So for him, lot of things are immaterial. He doesn't care. And he says, I know my priority number one. For women, priority is different. So there the clash would happen. where I would think about what will amma eat at home. Aaj ghar mein sabzi nahi hai, huh? And I am here becoming an officer, but amma is sitting at home. And there is no, like, examples of that nature. To being Mrs. Ranjit Nair. Now, you don't like a certain person in a party. All women, we have our own likes and dislikes. We also get our hijis from some men. We don't like some men. But that man happens to be a superior of Ranjit Nair. So how do you handle that situation when you are at a party or a gathering or an official parade? When that person is in your direct line, you can't show your distaste. Neither can you be overwhelmingly sweet. Both is not acceptable. And you have to keep a straight face and march on. And then come home and tell him, I don't like him. वो गड्ढे में क्यों नहीं गिर जाता है? And he behaved like this, like with me in the past, or something like that. We have all come across such things. We have all had such problems. When I was carrying and when I was feeding my child, every 2 hours I needed to go and feed him. You understand that? And I would be in the middle of a meeting and you know what? And with all kinds of protections also, I had to leave the meeting and rush home. Or get my child with the maid to the office. That again, mother first becomes my priority. Nobody else. And
पढ़ने के नाम पे तेरा रंग उड़ जाता
man is talking actually. So no problem. So these things, yes, in office also, like I have faced it so many times, the issues of ideology and the way to handle people. Like I was in Sulur, I don't want to name a person because of his specific surname. He was my subordinate. He wouldn't want to take orders from me because I was his granddaughter's age. He told me on my face. He told me on my face that, madam, very difficult. My granddaughter is your age. So, what do I do? What do I do? So I had to like mollycoddle him. जी, this that जी, आप बहुत अच्छे हैं, आप बहुत अच्छे हैं, आज चाय पिए, आप पहले चेयर लेके बैठिए, मेरे सामने बैठिए, आज आपको तबीयत ठीक है ना, आज मैडम आपके साथ ठीक से बात की है ना घर पर, आज क्या प्रॉब्लम है, बेटी आपकी आई, चली गई ससुराल. I used to do all that as a preliminary ground before I could make him do. He was a person who was in charge of the union doings in our office. In Sulur, I was in charge of the unions. I was the officer in charge. There were two civilian unions there because the Sulur unit was a base repair depot. We had a repair unit of the aircrafts there. So the government of India has established unions because it's a workers' place. So we had civilian workers there, technicians and aircraft engineers. So we had two unions and I was their officer in charge. So it became very difficult. We had the JCM and DCEA. The JCM and the DCEA both had their headquarters in Delhi, and this senior person who was my subordinate he would always say that, madam, सब ठीक है, लेकिन आपको देख के मेरे को अपना ग्रैंडडॉटर का याद आता है, ये आप बहुत सीरियस बात मत करो मेरे से. He used to tell me that, serious बात मत करो मेरे से. So I told my superior, the commandant, कि you please shift him to another department because he is setting up a wrong example for others. If I treat him with so much of soft play, the others will also expect that. Now it becomes difficult for me. So they said, okay. Then he was shifted to another works. Not that it was a very major shift, but his line of order was changed so that he doesn't have to come to me. He understood. And he was very sweet in his farewell speech, he said that he retired from my office. He was a very senior person, and he said that in his farewell speech also, that he called me a kutti in the farewell speech also. So, but then these are the things that you come across. Women now are, because the numbers in Indian Air Force has increased. When I joined, I was like, my service number, as per the service number, I was 136th officer of the ladies intake. So 136th officer. Otherwise, I was in thousands as per the Air Force roll. But and slowly now, in every station, even if you go to Southern Air Command here in Trivandrum, now you have a good sizable number of lady officers, 8-10 lady officers of different ranks. And with central government having made it so good now with childcare leave and all that, we didn't have, I had only 2 months of maternity leave other than furlough. Half pay leave was, furlough. So I had to go on a furlough, 2 months of maternity leave. That's all. And I did with that. That's okay. I managed with that, and I used to go and feed my child. That's why my husband shifted house. We took a house right next to my office, left my quarters because quarters was far. And we shifted house in Bangalore so that I could go immediately, feed him, and come back. But these are small challenges. And being where I am has taken some beating somewhere. Definitely, it cannot be always bells ringing and ribbons flying. But 9 upon 10, I would say, was a satisfactory feeling, and priorities were managed. They were managed. And the family came in a big way. Family came in a big way. For that, I thank my in-laws quite a bit. I had a wonderful set of Acha and Amma here. Acha is no more, God bless his soul. One day when I told him that I am quitting, I'm telling you because most of you are Malayalis, you will understand it, but I told Acha, I will quit now. And I will take a break for some time. He said, no, nothing doing, no taking break. Pick up a job immediately. The bamboo can be used for making a flute, and bamboo can be used to blow into the fire also. What do you want to be? A flute or a blowing thing? Don't do that. That was my father-in-law telling me. He just didn't like it. He said, wherever you want me, I'll come to you. And every time I picked up the phone and told, hey, my parents are moving because of some requirement back home, Amacha, can you come? I'll be alone here. Immediately they would get, those days, flights were not so much, India was not so well connected. Bombay was connected. Sulur was not connected. Coimbatore. It was not connected. So they would come. From wherever they would come to me. So they were a very big support. And because of them, I could be very peaceful in my last tenure, because my son in the last few years was looked after mainly by Amma. So it was nice. And anything else, Dr. Jivi, I can add to it.
Nothing more, ma'am. So very
Please,
happy to see you,
Sushmita
hear from you.
Sushmita here, ma'am. Sushmita here.
And we know that all these rewards are based on your, you have taken so many risks. So very nice.
Thank you. It was wonderful talking to all of you. All of you are very patient, and I continued talking so much.
Moreover, your pleasantness.
Raj Dogra has joined from Pathankot.
Yes, ma'am.
Would like to say something, Raj
Yes.
Dogra ji.
Yes,
हाँ जी
ma'am.
हाँ जी
आप
हाँ जी
बोलिए।
मैडम जी
बोलिए
मैं इनको बोलना चाह रही हूँ मैडम सहाय जी को, मिसेस सहाय को,
जी
कि
मैम।
मैं नेवी वाले की बीबी हूँ
ओह
और कर्नल डोगरा की मदर हूँ।
ओह वंडरफुल, बहुत अच्छा, प्राउड ऑफ यू।
71 वार एंड कारगिल टाइम में एमएच पठानकोट में मैं स्पेशल उनसे परमिशन लेके वो
जी।
बच्चे जो इंजर्ड आए हुए थे, मैं उनको रोज मिलने जाती थी।
जी।
उनको क्या चाहिए माँ से वो पूछती थी, उनके पास टाइम देती थी उनको।
जी वंडरफुल। पठानकोट में
आपकी
फिर
बातें
आपकी
सुन
नजर
के
मेरे
मुझे
पर भी
बहुत
गई
अच्छा
होगी।
लगा।
मैं
बड़े
जुलाई
आराम से
जुलाई से
बड़े
सितंबर
आराम
में
से
पठानकोट में थी।
मुझे अच्छा, पठानकोट में
हाँ,
थे आप?
99
क्या बात-
जुलाई से सितंबर में पठानकोट में थी, एयरफोर्स स्टेशन के
अच्छा,
अंदर, एयरफोर्स स्टेशन के
मैंने
अंदर।
आपके एयरफोर्स वालों के लिए काम किया कि यहाँ पे एक बूचड़खाना था एयरफोर्स के नीचे, जो जहाँ से फ्लाइट जाती है आपकी,
जी जी
वो मैंने बंद करवाया था। तो मैडम लड़ने के लिए नंबर 1 वहां पे जाके वो सारा बूचड़खाना बंद करवाया था कि ऊपर से फ्लाइट जाती है जहाँ पे
वंडरफुल
पक्षी
वंडरफुल
आते हैं।
वंडरफुल।
तो आपके वहां पे एक विंग कमांडर थे, उन्होंने मेरा बहुत साथ दिया था उस काम में, वो भी
जी
मेरे
जी
साथ
जी
थे, है
जी
ना।
जी।
तो अच्छा लगा मुझे आपसे मिलकर, बहुत अच्छा लगा,
थैंक
है
यू
ना।
मैम, थैंक यू मैम।
अभी आपके पास टाइम है तो हमारी IWC ज्वाइन करिए।
जरूर करूंगी, जरूर करूंगी, जरूर करूंगी।
Yeah.
ओके।
Sushmita Rajdogra ji is a very senior member of AIWC
Yes
from
ma'am,
Pathankot and very active member. Even now,
yes
she
ma'am,
is very active. Right now, I think she is help the
Not
Prime
here.
Minister.
Somebody is talking.
She is
Somebody
on the
else
way.
is talking.
So, member of AIWC.
Who's that? Somebody else is cross talk.
No, that
Thank you, thanks all my sisters.
we'll wait and yeah, I muted her. Now
okay
you
okay
can
ma'am.
speak.
Okay.
Raj Dogra ji, thank you so much. Join करने के
ओके,
लिए.
थैंक यू मैम।
And,
थैंक यू तो
हाँ,
आपका
thank
करना
you ma'am,
चाहिए, इतना अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी दिया आपने हमें सुनने के लिए।
thank you ma'am,
ओके जी, ओके, थैंक यू मिसेस सहाय, थैंक
thank
यू।
you ma'am, thank you ma'am.
In Kargil war, you didn't have like a straight confrontation with them.
No. Ranjit, like my husband had to do a forward area control. Like he had to fly in and show the targets to the fighters, and that's all. Because Air Force doesn't come in otherwise.
कुछ बोल रहा है बच्चा।
We just did the mobilization ready for war, and for takeoff. All our bases were ready with all the fighters, and we were also sending food for the army, the troops. So all these companies, Nestle and all that, they were sending. In fact, I got to meet everyone, including Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Sonia Gandhi and Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah. Everyone came to our base, and all these this Barkha Dutt and Vishnu Shom. Those days, Star News was the only channel.
Yeah.
So Star News did a full feature on us. We were then in 1999. If you had watched it then, you would have seen me and my husband then.
Okay.
But those days it was a very rare thing. That's why nothing like that. Now the warfare is all technology different. You have all seen it from your drawing rooms, how Op Sindoor panned out. And we are all old timers talking about pre-technology days, ma'am. So I carry a set of own memories,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
now the world is vast and it's open to the girls. If the women want, there's nothing inhibiting women empowerment. I personally feel there's nothing inhibiting them. They can do whatever they want to do. They cannot blame anyone. There is no blame game. If there's a will, there's only a highway for girls. And I personally feel no family, no parent, no one curbs it. If you know the way ahead, I think none of you as mothers, as parent would want to curb it for a person who can like see it to fruition. I can't say that anything that they take, anything is a challenge. Teaching is not a challenge, it's a major challenge. You can't keep talking to stones. If you are teaching and your students don't respond, it's a major thing. You are molding minds. I personally feel teaching is in itself a major job. Those who teach,
All the children.
Like,
Are there any instance of any assaulting or anything, something like that? Men assaulting women, officers?
No. In fact, there has been very strong punishments for any slip. There have been cashiering. We call it cashiering when your rank is removed. You are not only removed from service, you cannot hold your rank. So you become a normal civilian. That is called cashiering. There has been an instance while we were there, that particular officer was cashiered. His rank was taken away from him and let out into the civil as a normal civilian. No taking the backing of the name and the rank you had because of the bad conduct. Otherwise, there is zero tolerance in a station. Zero tolerance. And it has never, like, I have been in such stark conditions. World not connected, no internet, phones not there, but so protected, so very answerable to people. There was no waylaying Sushmita Sahay. It was not happening. So it was, and I think 99%, I can't say, I should give that 1% for those freak incidents to happen, because man being man and women being women and circumstances being such, and you have situations where you read some stray episodes in newspaper. I can't say it didn't happen in the army or didn't happen in the Air Force. I vouch for it. I can't say that. What led to it, we don't know. But it could have, something could have triggered, could have led to it. But again, if you are smart, trained well, there is a lot of, you are 24/7 on duty. There's not much time to waste time thinking on other things. And party hard is there, but it's only on weekends. Saturdays is a must. Friday night or a Saturday party is a must. Other than that, you are so regimented, so disciplined. It doesn't happen. It generally doesn't happen.
Just one more question, Sushmita. What are the chances of people who come out of the service, and what are the openings open to them?
Actually, ma'am, a lot of people, when they are in their final, just the short finals as the aircraft lands, when they are about to leave, their term is getting over or they're going to retire. A lot of people are superannuating, retiring. They start planning. We have a lot of rehabilitation as well as resettlement courses going on. So a lot of people join those. Air Force, Army, Navy, they conducted themselves even for people below officers rank, the men. And officers also, they, if like someone is very good in accounts, someone is very good in admin, they start like exploring. Okay, let me go and do this course. And Air Force, Army, Navy, they let you take the last 6 months, 8 months as a paid leave for doing these courses, for your resettlement. So people generally choose, like I have a lot of known people who have been doing some courses here and there. They do some course in Delhi, they do something somewhere. The pilots come out and join the civil flying, like my husband did. The people from the other branches, education branch, admin branch, accounts branch, logistics branch, engineering branch, medical, again, you know, they can practice anywhere, anytime. Then you have the navigations, which is now little less. Then you have the air traffic control branch, which again gets absorbed in the civil air traffic control. And we have other subsidiary small little radar unit. Then you have the missile operating branches, different. So these people have their own set of training, which they complement with these resettlement courses. And most of them get very well absorbed. In fact, a lot of companies want veterans, especially in the corporate. They want veterans because of the discipline they bring along. And there is no nonsense. And we are not into apple polishing. So since we are not into that apple polishing culture, that Ji Hazuri is not there in us. So we mean business when we talk. And they know. So they want you in those positions so that the thing gets streamlined. So Amazon, Infosys, Deloitte, all these big names, they have a lot of veterans. We have a lot of friends. Even Tata. A friend of mine is working in Tanishq. So she's a Malayali girl. She works there, and they have a full breed of officers. working there. So yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
Jabila, ma'am.
wonderful presentation. I was listening to
Thank
that
you, ma'am.
flow of words of all that you have done and
Thank you,
the
ma'am.
challenges that you undertook. Now, as Usha said, I was wondering, like once you enter civilian positions or civilian kind of work,
Yes,
after the
ma'am.
disciplined kind of work you have in the armed forces,
Yes, ma'am.
uh, what is the, as per your satisfaction, like you have been in a space where you have so much of discipline and so much of care, as you said, that so you are protected, and then you come into a civilian world, it's like you are put in an open world where anything
Yes,
can.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, how do you rate these two experiences in your life? One that came in the early part of your life,
Yes, ma'am.
and the second phase that comes in a later phase. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
if you go back and look at what has happened in these two phases, how will you sort of see it? What would be your take on that? Because,
Oh,
as you said, there's a very short period of work. After passing so many tests, women are allowed to stay only for a particular number of years, and then
yes, ma'am.
you have to leave. It's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
sad to hear that. But
Yes, ma'am.
as you said, there are so many duties, so much of work to be done. So round the clock work, and so that keeps you tied down. And then the latter part of your life, is it unwinding, or you see that this part of your life is much more satisfying than your earlier one, which was very challenging?
Ma'am has actually put me in a fix now, because I hope none of my bosses are listening. because because now I am a seasoned player, ma'am. So that's the
Yeah.
difference. I was a novice then, and I was taking everything at face value. So I was a very clean slate, and the adrenaline was keeping me going. I was doing something which was a very well accredited thing in the world. Being in the defense forces, being in that select few, that was probably pushing me to do the things. But there in the defense forces, the goal and the purpose was a very certain limited thing. There was no profiteering. Whereas now we belong to organizations which are into profiteering. So we are spokes to a wheel where your being and not being doesn't matter. If you are very well replaceable, not irreplaceable. And like I am there, tomorrow someone else will come in with the same set of talent. My being a soldier probably has given me that regard and my discipline. Yes, I try to make my value felt, and I am fighting hard to keep it. But as far as unwinding and loosening out, it doesn't happen, because safeguarding that name is even a bigger headache for me.
Yeah.
Because now this is Squadron Leader Sushmita Sahay working. I get invites with my name in it, with my whole rank, whole thing written in front. So now I'm embarrassed, because whoever is listening will now come with a set thing in his mind. Okay, now this one is going to give some package which will be the best of the world, even if I am bloody booper. I don't do anything good. Still, that expectation is more than the product. So it becomes even more tiring. No unwinding happening.
Okay.
No one. And then again, because of being from a regimented life to a totally non-regimented, I can't say indisciplined, because sizable majority of the world is civilian. It's not forge. So everybody is living their life, but because you have to get up at a certain time, you have to do a certain set of things at a certain time. We have lived that. In our house we are two officers living, and when you see in our house, everything is very regimented. So the soldiers have not gone from our body. Both are in the civil, but both behave like soldiers. and both are working in the corporate. So, but both are painful soldiers to each other. And I must say, we are pain in the neck for each other also. Because, and in office, I try to be milder. I try to be milder with my team because they wouldn't understand that strict things to get the job done, because they are used to a certain way of cajoling, requesting, sending 3 memos and reminders, then the thing comes. Here it is crime and punishment. There is no reminders. So those things I am getting used to. And there is no work hours. Whenever it's work from home, it's all the time work from home.
That's it. Work from home is always working.
Work from home. And there's a lot of cutthroat in the civil, which I am not. I tell everyone whenever I'm in a meeting, ma'am, that this is my second innings and I don't aspire to rise anywhere. So kindly keep me out of the games. I tell them right in the beginning. Because people start feeling that I am aiming to go on site to Belgium, on site to US. So undercutting starts. Because there are people who have aspired to reach somewhere in this organization, and someone comes from the top and sits and says, I am squadron leader so and so, and you better listen to me. So that raises a lot of so that is why I initially say, see, I am एक रिटायर्ड हूँ, शांत स्वभाव आदमी हूँ, घर में रहती हूँ, एंड मेरे को कहीं नहीं जाना है, मैं केरला में ही रहूंगी. प्लीज तुम लोग को जिसको भी बेल्जियम जाना है जाओ. माय टीम इज वर्किंग इन बेल्जियम राइट नाउ. जिसको बेल्जियम जाना है जाओ, जिसको यूएस जाना है जाओ. प्लीज कीप मी आउट ऑफ दैट गेम. आई एम नॉट देयर. So that way it becomes little taxing and tiring. But it's okay. Life has given much.
Yes.
So
yes, you have done very well, and it's a pleasure listening to you.
Yes, ma'am. Life has given much, and people have been very kind to me. I have met very genuine people, including who I have met today. This is no polishing and pumping. So I'm just telling you that I come across very good people in life. So kya rakha hai na?
Yeah.
It also reflects on your personality. Like if you are good, everybody is good. Maybe, I don't know.
That is kindness, ma'am. So,
and tell us what are you planning to do with the prize money of Kaun Banega?
Oh, did you get to see the episode? Do watch the episode. Whatever the stories I have missed out.
You did a wonderful job. And how much did you win? How much did you win? 3
lakhs.
The
prize money was 12.5 lakhs. But after the tax, they have given me 8 lakhs. Because of the gift tax on that, no, it's approximately 40%. So
what are you planning to? When are you planning to go? Where are you planning to go?
Oh, planned to go to Norway, but waiting for my son to settle down. So once he gets into some place, then maybe we'll be little mentally free to go somewhere. वैसे have been giving small gifts to people who need it, so it's gone almost. But yes.
Anyway, best wishes on that. Don't delay. Make it quick.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
There is one message in the chat box by Dr. G.B. Verghese. Thank you so much, dear ma'am, for inspiring us. Your words mean a lot.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I don't know if I was coherent because I went off the thing. I just talked of I had written a few stories. I thought I will tell you that, but then maybe sometime later. Because there are a lot of things which come in with a lot of details. Then it becomes difficult to make you feel that.
Yeah.
So that's why I just skipped those. I said, no, so many details will bore you.
Nisha?
Yeah, can we wind up now? There are no more questions.
Yeah. So that was interesting, Sushmita. And I think finally, at the end of the day, family means a lot to us.
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever, wherever you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Isn't it, Usha?
Yes.
Yes. Wherever you are, whatever job you do, family comes there as a support to anyone.
Yes, ma'am.
So I should thank Asha Deshpande ji and Raj Dogra ji. Of course, Usha Nair, Jamila Begum, GB, and Bhuvaneshwari for your interesting introduction. So thank you, Sushmita. Wish you all the
Thank
best.
you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was wonderful interacting with all of you.
I
And
know.
it was totally my pleasure because you let me go off the hook and I was talking incessantly. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Usha,
Sushmita.
Usha.
Please join AIWC.
Yeah.
We'll
Yes,
let
ma'am.
you know we have a number of branches in Trivandrum.
Okay, ma'am.
We would like to be in touch
Yes,
with you.
ma'am.
And
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am.
GB is the secretary of Trivandrum unit.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much,
Dr.
ma'am.
GB Varghese is the secretary of the Trivandrum branch.
Okay, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Public speaking,
It's a
she is an
very-
expert, so we can engage
It's
her
a very,
for many.
it's a very thrilling experience which we have
Thank you,
heard.
ma'am. Thank you,
Pardon,
ma'am.
ma'am. Pardon?
Hello.
Yes,
It is
ma'am.
very thrilling experience we have heard, and
Thank
that's
you,
why
ma'am.
I called Usha that at what time we are meeting, because today I'm leaving US to come back to India,
Okay.
and
Oh,
but it's a morning thing, so I could join this, and now I will start for going back to India.
Good
oh,
point.
wonderful.
Safe journey. Safe
Yeah.
journey.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Thank
Have a
you
safe
very
journey,
much.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank you
very
so much,
much.
ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all of you so much.
Okay.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sushmita.
Bye, bye,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you. I thank all of you for joining. And as Kamini said, this is the start of the new series where we'll be focusing on women in challenging careers. And Sushmita, thank you for being the first one to introduce the series.
Thank you
We
so
have
much,
a lot
ma'am.
of webinars otherwise also under the literary and cultural forum. We have monthly
Yes, ma'am.
webinars.
Okay,
So we'll
ma'am.
be sending you the link. And
Yes,
when
ma'am.
you have time, please do join us.
Yes,
Otherwise,
ma'am.
all our videos are available on YouTube. We
Okay,
can
ma'am.
the YouTube link also so that you can watch at leisure.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
thank all of you for joining. Raj Dogra ji, especially Aapko. I know you are traveling, but in spite of that, you have managed to join. Thank you, and hope to see you all at the next webinar, which is very soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
once
Thank you
again.
so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am.
Kamini.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Kamini
you.
is the one who organized this webinar. So special thanks to Kamini. And we'll all
Thank
meet.
you, Usha, for she only does all the linking and all. She only does. She is a physics person.
Wow, wow. Wow.
Working in syndicate bank, she knows everything.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, ma'am.
And also, my son is in the Navy. Incidentally, he also
Wow.
got commissioned in 97.
Wonderful.
He's in Delhi.
Excellent. Excellent.
So, you know, that kind of we all belong to the same family.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. So now we are winding up this
Yes, ma'am.
session.
Shall
Thank
I
you.
shall I leave?